Hey boys and girls, I'm here to do math with you. We're doing lesson 3, session 2, page 57. I have it written at the top of my board. There it is. So we're going to continue adding on in any order with counting on. So it says develop, adding in any order with counting on. Deanna makes 1 quilt square. Then she makes 5 more. How many does she make? We need to read it 3 times. So Deanna makes 1 quilt square. So let's circle the numbers. 1 quilt square. Then she makes 5 more. How many does she make? All right, let's read it one more time. Deanna makes 1 quilt square. Then she makes 5 more. I'm going to put a box around more, because it tells me I'm adding. So I'm doing 1 plus 5. So this is where you can try it. If you have your little counters, connecting cubes, maybe that you got from the district, if you have your erasers that Ms. Lamb gave you, this is a perfect time for you to take your 1 plus your 5 and add them together, okay? So pause it here and rejoin me once you've given it a shot all on your own. So I know I'm doing 1 plus 5 equals, so I'm going to draw a model. I'm going to do 1, and then I'm going to draw 5 over here. 1, 2, these are quilt squares, 3, 4, and 5. Now some of you might be like, oh my gosh, I know what 1 plus 5 is automatically. Awesome, good for you. What I want you to focus on is the strategy. That means how am I getting there? What am I doing to solve this? That's what I want you to work on, because no matter what numbers you use, you will use this strategy, whether you're adding 1 plus 5 or 100 plus 320 when you get older, or 17 plus 29. Whatever you use, you're going to use these strategies. So focus on how I'm getting there, okay? 1, I'm going to count on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know that 1 plus 5 is 6. Okay, some of you might be like, but Miss Lamb, there's another way. And guess what, boys and girls? You would be right. If you turn to page 58, if you look on the back, it says, Deanna makes 1 quilt square. Then she makes 5 more. How many does she make? This is where they're going to model it for you. The book is always going to show you how to solve it. So if you're confused, this page is a great way to show you how I solved it. But it's also going to give you another way. So it says, use cubes to show 1 and 5. You may not have cubes, but here you have 1 cube of one color and 5 more of another. Count on from 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can fill in the blank. 1 plus 5 equals 6. Now here they have 5 of one color and 1 of another color. So we're going to do counting on from 5. Count on from 5. You don't need to count all these one at a time. You know it's 5. It says 5 here. It says 5 there. Okay? So you know you're counting on from 5. So if you need to count all these one at a time, that's okay, remember. But I would like for you to start practicing just counting on. So I'm going to count on 5, 6, and I put a 6 there. See how it is so much easier, it is so much faster for you to count on from the biggest number. They just switched it. So I could have been like, oh my gosh, this is taking so much time, and switch it, but I wanted to show you another strategy. All right, now we're going to turn the page, and we're on page 59. It looks like this. Okay, and it says connect it. How is your way? Like, model it. How is it different? This is where you're going to write your own thing. How did you solve it when I did this? What did you do? Was it similar? Did you get 6? Did you flip it? Did you do something different? How so? I want you to put that here. So pause it and restart the video so you can write your own answer there. Okay, great. Now that you're done with that, we're gonna do number 2. It says, why are the connecting cube trains in Model It facing different ways? Why are they facing different ways? Well, let's go back and look. Why are they facing different ways? Well, because one is 1 plus 5, and the other one is 5 plus 1. Okay, so we're gonna write something down like that. We're gonna say 1 is 1 plus 5. The other is 5 plus 1. So they're modeling 1 plus 5 in the first one, and they're modeling 5 plus 1 in the other. Okay, so that would be what you would write down for number 2. Then we are going down to the bottom where you're going to try it on your own. It says apply it. That's where you take what you've learned and you apply it. So it says Hero makes 1 bracelet. Then he makes 6 more. How many does he make? So here they're modeling 1 plus 6, and here's 6 plus 1. So you are going to practice counting on from both. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Here we're not going to count on because we know this first add-in is 6. 6, 7. You can even slide your finger down if you want, like I did, where I was like 6 plus 1 is 7. So the answer for both of those is 7. Now we're turning the page. And we're going to go into number bonds, which is what Miss Flem has been talking about. Number 4, use the number bond, write 2 addition equations. So using this number bond, I'll tell you a secret. You can make a fact family from this number bond. We've already done it. We're already like 1 step ahead of the game. So this is these 2 add-ins, they work together to make 7. All right, so, but you could also, if you wanted to, for like extra bonus points, you could make 2 subtraction equations. 7 minus 2 equals 5. 7 minus 5 equals 2. Good job. So we've just been learning that already, so that way you'll be ready to go. But I'm gonna show you what this looks like just for those of you that need it. If you don't need it, awesome. If you do, I've got your back. All right, so they put the number bonds to the side. Again, any which way you see it, you have 2 and you have 5, and they work together, they bond together to make 7. So the first one you'll write 2 plus 5 equals 7. Then you're gonna flip it. 5 plus 2 equals 7. We know no matter how you dice it, those 2 numbers are going to bond together to make 7. Now, this is number 4, and then we'll do number 5. So number 5 says, I'm going to read it for you, and I want you to read along with me because it's always helping your reading too. Color the blocks to show 2 ways to add 7 plus 1. Then complete the addition equations. So let's read it again so it really makes sense. Color the blocks to show 2 ways to add 7 plus 1. Color the blocks, that's what we're going to do. We're going to color the blocks to show 2 ways to add 7 plus 1. Then complete the addition equations. Okay, so this is where you're going to take your crayons. I would suggest crayons. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're going to color them to show 7 plus 1. They give you that. And then here it's 1 plus 7. Okay, so I'm going to color in it's 7 plus 1. Oops, I need another one then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, okay. So I'm going to color in 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You could just use your pencil if you wanted to. You don't have to get a crayon or a marker or anything. So I know this is 7. Count on 8. That's so easy. Now I'm going to do 1, and I'm going to add 7 more, counting on from 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So much harder and longer. So you can hopefully see through this model, through this practice, that it is much easier to count on starting with the biggest number. All right, we're gonna flip it over. These next 2 pages, 61 and 62, are practice. You're gonna practice adding on in any order. So you're gonna flip it, flip the add-ins. Same players, different parts. 7 is the line leader, now 7's in the middle. 8, because you're adding, is always going to be at the end, but these players, 1 and 7, they're switching parts, okay? Same players, different parts. Now I'm going to the top of page 62. There's a cute little monster on the top, and it says practice adding in any order with counting on. Look at the example, then solve problems 1 through 5. In this example, it says there are 2 black cats and 6 orange cats. Show 2 ways to show the number of cats. So 2 plus 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equals 8. 6, 7, 8. 6 plus 2 equals 8. Much faster to start with the biggest number. Use the number bond. Write 2 addition equations. 9 plus 1 equals 10. 1 plus 9 equals 10. Fill in those blanks. Okay, they both add up to 10. Now down here it says, complete the number bond. Complete the addition equations. So, ooh, there's a missing add-end because this is an add-end, this is an add-end. They add together to equal that. You're missing one. What are you missing? Well, if you don't know, there's lots of ways we could solve it. 8 plus blank equals 10. We can count on until we get to 10. You can count on with your fingers. You can count on using a model, okay? It has, I think, looks like this, right? Yes, okay. So it's gonna say 8 plus blank equals 10. And then it has blank plus 8 equals 10. It's starting the 2 addition of a fact family. So I could draw 8 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is one way to do it, is with a model or a drawing. You can always, always, always draw in math to help you. From first grade, kindergarten, all the way to graduate school, if you go, you can always use a drawing. So I have 8 dots. I'm not going to count them because I just did it. I know it's 8. 8, I'm going to count on 9, 10. So now I'm going to do it with my hand. 8, 9, 10, 2. So now I know 8 plus 2 equals 10, and 2 plus 8 also equals 10. This was number 2 on page 61. So now I'm going to go to the back side, and I'm going to flip it to page 62. This is where they want you to color the cubes. You can, again, color it with pencil. You can color with marker. I do a light marker or like a crayon, maybe a colored pencil if you have it. Complete the addition equations to match. So you're going to do 4 plus 2 here, and then you're going to do 2 plus 4. So I'll do that with you. There's a line. Ooh, marker is falling asleep on me. All right, so I have 4 plus 2. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's your other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have 4 plus 2, and 2 plus 4. Again, hopefully you are just seeing through practicing this, but it is much easier to count on when you start with the biggest number. So I'm going to do 4 plus 2. 4, 5, 6. Now here I'm going to do oops. Well, I was trying to copy your page in the book. So you're gonna do 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. A lot slower and longer if you start with the smallest number first. You see that? All right, and I'm going on to number 4. And then we'll be all done with lesson 3, session 2. Nice. All right, so it says here, number 4, complete the number bond, write 2 addition facts. So I have 4 plus 5. Again, this is where if it helps you, you can do dots. You can do hearts, whatever helps you. 4 plus 5 equals, and then you're going to switch it 5 plus blank equals blank. Okay, now I have what your paper shows. So I'm going to do dots. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is going to show you 4 plus 5 right here. This is going to show you 5 plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here I'm starting with 4 dots. I'm going to count on until I add those 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know 4 plus 5 is 9. Now here I'm going to start with 5, and I'm going to add on 4. So I'm not going to count them because I know it's 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, same thing. There you go. I wanted to show you this one because it's starting with the biggest number. Yes, it's only 1 difference. 4 is 1 away from 5. 5 is 1 away from 4. But still, when you start with the biggest number, it's going to be faster. So I want you to look at this equation and be like, oh gosh, which one is the largest? I'm going to count on from the larger one. Okay, which is 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now I know 5 plus 4 equals 9. Well, if 5 plus 4 equals 9, 4 plus 5 must also equal 9. You see how your brain is just being really flexible with those numbers? Awesome job. Okay, number 5, I'm going to do over here. It says, who is right? Circle, that means who is correct. Boom writes 8 plus 1 equals 9. Buzz writes 1 plus 8 equals 9. Who's right? 8 plus 1 equals 9 and 1 plus 8 equals 9. Hopefully you said they both are because they both are correct. All right, so you're going to say both and you're going to circle them. Because you know that 8 plus 1 equals 9. You know 1 plus 8 equals 9. So both are correct. You're going to circle both of those. All right, and then you're done. You're ready for 3-3. Awesome job, friends. I'm super proud of you. Keep up the good work.